This is going to be an extensive guide on how I would personally hit 20K per month. Everybody in the game right now is talking about hitting 10, 20, $30,000 per month with OFM, but they're not talking about why 90% of them can't even get past 5K. And I've seen it firsthand between my Telegram community, the students that I coach. Everyone in this game right now is focusing on the wrong things, and I'm here to tell you exactly what to focus on, what to look out for, because I have actually done it. I've fucked up way more than you have, and that gives me the right, after succeeding in the long run, to give you some advice on how I would personally scale to $20,000 per month again as an OFM agency owner. So today I'm breaking down the real reasons why your model is not hitting 20K a month in OFM and how to fix it the right way. All right, boys, so let's jump straight into it. Problem one is going to be the fact that you built your agency around the creator and not your systems. Most agencies think that having the perfect creator equals immediate and guaranteed success, and I do value signing an A-tier creator over anything. Anyone that knows me or knows how I operate in OFM, I put a high importance level of signing a client, one that is A-tier, going to produce work, going to be consistent, but I don't revolve my agency around those creators. I let those creators be able to be plugged in to my agency. A lot of you guys don't have systems for traffic, monetization, retention, a bunch of things because you're relying solely on the creator to produce those results. But what happens when that model quits showing up, ends up ghosting you, you're back at zero once again? And I've been there before. I've made that mistake, sadly enough. I've put tons of energy into one creator, scaling her up and up and up. She got to around 15K per month and then she left. And when that happens, you really don't have any other option but to accept it, try again, and scale forward. And the biggest lesson that I took from that entire scenario was the fact that I can no longer rely on the creator to make me money in my agency, but I have to rely at the agency at hand. Relying on your creator really doesn't do anything for you. You really need to build what I like to call a puzzle agency, basically where pieces just fall into place. Let me give you guys a little bit of private insight. So in my consulting, before I do anything, when somebody wants to consult with me on their agency, we have what I call an action plan call. On that call, I go through their entire base structures and set up these systems inside of their agency, not only with and for them, but to make sure that they have a solid base to grow off of. Because if their base systems, the way they do content, the way they handle chatting, anything and everything that actually runs the agency, if that is sloppy, inefficient, or not productive, that will affect the following results and the things that we do after that. So that's why I make sure to have that call the day of or the next day to immediately start from there. So if you're messy as an agency or don't have a system in place where creators can plug in and plug out, then you need to look at your agency and fix that. And also, boys, why would you want to rely on a OnlyFans girl who's probably not going to be reliable? 90% of the time they have some sort of problem, and once again they can easily ghost you and leave you with nothing. Moving on to problem two, and this is probably going to be one of the most common issues in a lot of your guys' systems, and that is the fact that you are not sticking to a dedicated marketing method and you are chasing broken strategies. If you're running Tinder, Reddit, X, TikTok, Instagram all at once for one creator that's not making above 50K, and yes, I said 50K because if you're running that many social media accounts, that tells me that you have the amount of time, energy, effort, team, money, and delegation to do that. And since you're watching this video, I'm going to assume that's not you. And you may be asking, Griffin, why would I want to drop all of my social media marketing and focus on one platform? Does that or does it not create less volume, less eyes? In a way, yes, but here's why it's not true. Let me give you an analogy to kind of bring across the point that I'm saying. If you were building, let's say 5 houses, and you started every single house and you did, 10% of one house one day, 5% of the house the next day, 10% of another house the next day, over time to build 5 complete houses, it would take you years and years and years. Now, if you got rid of those 4 houses, focused on one, built up 10% every single day, it would take you way sooner, and you would also get feedback and information to go finish those other houses quicker and easier. That's the same thing with social media. Look at all of these different social media platforms as houses that you have to build or accounts that you have to grow. So starting with one account, primarily Instagram, is going to be the most beneficial for you to build up, so that way you can just transfer traffic over to X, Reddit, TikTok, any of these other platforms that you have, because you have a presence on one. And not to mention everything you're going to learn whilst doing it. And also, if you focus on Instagram, you're going to make money. We got a creator who went from literally not having an OF, zero money in the bank to making $100,000 her second month on OF just with Instagram. There was no TikTok, Reddit, X, anything at all. We now market on X for her, but that's after we've scaled her up on Instagram. So if you're running around trying to market on every single platform, just stop. Focus on one and really put in the work to grow that. And if you want a little hack for Instagram, if you guys are doing Instagram Reels and you are sending out a bunch of content and you're wanting to grow quickly, take a look at your older Reels, figure out which ones between those older Reels are usually performing best, and then take that same style, either refilm it, make another version of it, or you can spoof it, get rid of the metadata by, adding saturation, cropping the video, anything like that, and then posting it as a trial reel over and over again. If you can really tap into how to make Instagram accounts grow, I promise you will be successful in this industry. And I understand why it can be so addicting. A lot of you guys are chasing these short-term wins, like grinding Tinder for 1 week, making, $1,000 and thinking that, that's proof that that's a system and that is repeatable. But a system really only counts when you stop touching it and you're able to delegate it away from yourself. And so what that means is, am I able to hire a VA that is actually worth my time and energy to run that method? Or would it be easier just to post a couple Instagram Reels and call it a day and make double the money? Your choice. So yeah, in hindsight, don't chase broken marketing strategies. It really doesn't make a lot of sense. Make sure you're actually paying attention to what's working, scaling what's working, and then going from there. Also, boys, really quickly, before we get into problem 3, check out the new room. I kind of did a little bit of revamping. I added that little triangle thing. I don't know if you guys like it. If you guys are liking the setup, let me know. I was also thinking about when I move out. A lot of you guys, if you're close to my community in the Telegram group, you know that I am moving soon. So wanting to hear your guys' opinions, let me know in the comments if you're liking the kind of aesthetic of the room. But other than that, let's get back to the problems. Problem number 3 is you are treating your creators like clients and not partners. And I'm sure you're saying, yes, because they are clients. They're not partners with me. And I 100% agree with you, but I'm here to tell you that's not what they want. They don't want managers, they want a business partner. Even if they may not say it, that is what they want. Everybody really. When you position yourself not as a boss, but as a collaborator that has the same vision and shared goals, that creator is 10x more likely to do the work, stay consistent, let you know on problems and what she's really thinking so that you can have one, a better retention, and also just an easier time managing the creator. That in itself, that one tip, that one piece of advice to drop your ego, literally work with these girls, that's what's taking creators from 3K to 20K per month if they are high enough quality. And the reason for that is because we're building and growing with her, not above her. When people get told what to do over and over and over again, it's not something that they're willing to continue if they don't have a justifiable reason. And so one, if you're not producing your results that you promised when you signed her, that's going to be a reason for her to leave. Secondary to that, if you're bossing her around all day, telling her to film videos, make this, do that, it doesn't really feel like you're a team, rather a client. So make sure you guys are giving your creators a little bit more of that personal touch and experience, not just bossing them around all day. Which brings me into problem 4. What problem 4 pertains is that you guys are chasing short wins. The screenshots, the Lamborghinis, the guru information. I call this the guru mindset. But if you guys have never owned a business, and I think this has also a lot to do with OFM community in general, mainly because OFM is one of those industries where a lot of the mindset sort of thing, so discipline, 8 to 10 hour work days, really putting your head down and learning to become and run a business doesn't really have to be necessary in OFM. You can get away with minimal effort. And that's why I think personally the OFM community is so astrayed right now, and especially in recent times, which I actually plan on making a video about that soon. But anyways, back to the topic at hand. A lot of guys don't know how to scale a business, but the real scaling, growth in a business, when that happens, you have to have backend. From all of my companies, I run other businesses besides in OFM. All of my other business endeavors that I'm in takes way more discipline, way more effort, and a lot more structure than this industry does. And I believe that's why a lot of guys get, one, messy with this, and two, think that it's a very, very easy industry to get in, because in hindsight it is, but to scale to 10, 15, 20K per month consistently, you still need that business aspect. And so what that business side looks like is going to be team building, chat management, paid media, and patience in whatever you're doing. I used to think that speed and fast growth equals success, in which it does. It'll eventually lead to later success. But if you're thinking that quick actions and quick decisions create success, you're on the wrong side of the spectrum. If you want to hit 20K months, stop acting like this is a side hustle and treat it like a company. So let's review really quickly of what we just went over. The first thing that I would do to create a 20K a month agency is sign the right creator. This is A tier, consistent, lower at 3 to 4K per month on OF preferably, and also very motivated and not a massive following. Following that, I would build systematic traffic systems that do not break and are consistent and have been proven, and I have reason for why I implemented them. For instance, if I'm doing a GFE niche, I have researched 5 to 10 competitors in that same niche, figure out what works in their videos, and then that's why I am implementing it into this creator. Following that is going to be monetized with structure. So your chatting, your retention, your content cadence, all of that has a big importance level of monetizing the actual effort that you're putting into OFM. And then lastly, I have the biggest trick for you guys yet. You guys would not believe, I don't believe how many of you guys don't do this. Track your shit. Know your conversion rate, optimize. You can't fix what you don't know is broken. Like, the simplest layer of that is you need to figure out what's broken before you can fix it. If you don't know if Instagram Reels are working, look at the videos, see what's working, see what's not. You literally can go into notion.com, download Notion, create a database, put a couple properties, the Instagram Reel link, the status, and the average view count, create 3 different icons, red, amber, and green. Green being it performed well, amber it performed average, and red being it performed bad. There's your tracking rate. You can enter the views numbers. That's exactly how I track. It's not some huge database with everything in it. It is simple reels, videos, conversion rates, things that need to be known. So here's the truth. Hitting 20K a month isn't about signing the best creator or copying someone's crazy black hat marketing system. It's about owning your own data and building systems that work for you and scaling one model at a time consistently, and also whilst having retention. So that has been pretty much the video. If you guys are tired of running circles around all these OFM gurus and Telegram communities, I run a free Telegram community down in the description with no scams, no bullshit, no VAs selling things 24/7. It's genuine for OFM agency owners like yourself. So if you're interested in that, that'll be in the description. Other than that, boys, that's what I think it takes to get to 20K per month. Those are the biggest problems that I ran into whilst hitting them. I hope you found this video useful. Let me know in the comments what types of videos you want to see or whether or not you like this one. Other than that, boys, it's been Griffin, and as always, peace out.